In this lesson, we're looking at percentage increase and decrease. So if we look at these examples, we know increase means more, decrease is less. So Gabrielle's weekly wage of $1,245 was increased by 4%. What was her new weekly wage? So if we think of an increase, that means we're going up. And our normal amount is 100. So if we add our 4%, that is going to give us 104%. And that's what we need to work out. We then need to find this as our decimal multiplier. So in order to do that, we're going to divide by 100, and that will tell us that 1.04 is our decimal multiplier, and that's what we multiply this amount by. So it's 1.04 times $1,245, and that will tell us her new weekly wage is $1,294.80. So instead of finding what 4% was and then adding it on, we can do that all in one step. The next question says a shirt priced at $49 was discounted by 60%, and what was the sale price? So discount means it's a decrease, and if we start with 100% and we take away 60%, that leaves us with 40%. To find that decimal multiplier, which is what I need, I have to divide by 100, which tells us that decimal multiplier is 0.4. So I am now going to multiply 0.4 by the price that it was, and that will tell me how much it is when there's 60% off. So 60% off of $49 leaves us with $19.60 to pay. What we can then have is a repeated percentage change. So it means if it's increased and decreased by a certain percentage several times. So if an item was decreased by 14% and then increased by 5%, so if it's a decrease of 14, be 100 minus 14, which is 86%, which would be 0.86 as a multiplier, and then increase means we're going up, so it would be 100 plus 5, which is 105, which would be 1.05. And then we put all of that together and we work it all out, and we'll look at that in our next example. So a clothing store marks up all of their items by 5% when they arrive at the store, and a short while later they have a 20% off sale. What percentage change is equivalent to an increase? What percentage change is equivalent to an increase of 5% followed by a decrease of 20%? So we give our item a price. So let's say the item is $100 because we need a starting point. So if it's an increase of 5%, that would be 105, divide by 100, which is 1.05. And so if we say 1.05 times 100, that gives us $105. Then we have our decrease of 20%. So we need to say 100 minus 20 is going to give us 80%, and that is going to be 0.8 multiplied by our price, so 1.05. And that tells us $84. So our increase of 5% brought us up to $105, and then we take away that 20%, so we're finding 80% of that 105. So our new price is $84, and we started at $100, which is a decrease of $16, which is therefore a 16% decrease. Okay, if we're looking at it out of 100, it makes it easy to determine what that decrease amount is. Another way we can look at it is if we talk about our first change and we multiply it by our second change, so the percentage. So our first change would be up to 105%. We multiply it by 80%, so taking that 20% off. Okay, if we multiply them together, it gives us 84%. If you do it as your multipliers, it will give you 0.84. Okay, so that tells us that the new price is 84% of the original. Okay, which means, so if we'd say then, well, 100 minus 84 is 16, so it is our decrease of 16 still, or 16%. So you can look at it if you don't want to make up a dollar figure amount, you can multiply them together to get what that new price is to then determine what the decrease or potentially increase amount is as well.